Yeah, really proud of our guys. Semo is a really good football team. Coach Duke does a phenomenal job, and it's hard to beat a team, twice in 1 year. So, really proud of our guys' effort. Got a lot of guys banged up, a lot of next man up mentality from a lot of different players on our team. Really proud of that, and then just really proud of how our guys, just had a resolve for our seniors. 16 guys playing their last football game at Roy Stewart. Our guys really, really laid it on the line for them. That's what it was all about. They were playing for their brother. So, just proud of how excited they were for that effort, just so they make sure that they let these seniors go out on a winning note.
Coach, the last two times you played Semo, pretty dramatic ball games. Came down to the last few minutes, in one case, last seconds. Not the case today. Y'all did a real good job of putting this thing away early. What were y'all able to do there?
Well, it looked like, it sure didn't feel like it. It just seemed like there was where we just missed an opportunity to put them away. It seemed like we needed one more score, to put them away. And unfortunate turnovers there, in the end zone when we're so close. So, and then, our defense, rose up. So, really, really proud of that. Offense got out to a fast start, a great start. We had a lot of big plays. It was DJ was playing great, running it, design runs and runs on his own. Spoon was running the ball really well. Line was blocking really well. Got some big plays by, our receivers. Tez Brooks made a, really phenomenal, catch where he just went up there and took the ball away. And Jacob Bell, got loose on one. Daquan Dallas finally back. He's been out for forever, with the elbow, and finally got, him going a little bit. So, it was and played good on special teams. So, it was a good day all around.
Talk about Daquan. It had to be great to see him get that pass and get a chance to almost score on that play after all he's been through.
Yeah. He's had a rough go of it, man, with that elbow, and fought through it, and really, really happy for him. Wish he could have got a couple more yards and got in. That would have put it away, and would have got him a score. But really proud of him.
Coach, what was the biggest thing you guys changed about offense today against Semo this time around?
We had a couple wrinkles, just, when you have, when you play in somebody a second time and have, that film, then you're able to really, get nitpicky, with what you didn't do well. And you're able to, just make a little wrinkle here and a little wrinkle there. So that was, that was helpful. Semo did the same thing. They had 2 weeks to prepare for us, so they had their wrinkles, as well. So I just thought our guys did an excellent job executing the things that we always do, and then also, the little wrinkles that we had. It was a big play there, the halfback pass, Spoon to Jake, and some of those things, really were helpful, giving us some explosion plays.
Dean, so far this year, y'all had some pretty bad luck with teams that have had a week off before you played them. This time, you got it right with a team. Maybe it was because you've seen them before. Do you think that might have helped y'all today?
Well, I think it. When you see a team before, like I said, you can really focus in on, you can kind of get more laser focused on what you need to do, better when you get a second time around, but it's really not an advantage because they got it too, and, they had a little more time to prepare. So, sometimes, when you get that open date, though, it's hard to get started back up, when you get into a routine. That's about the thing that you gotta, be hopeful of when you're on the other end of it, and I think that was a little bit of the case today. We're into a routine, even though we got a lot of guys banged up. They know, what we do every week, and we're kind of on a roll here right now. And so I think, I got that open date. I think maybe that might have, caused them a little bit of a slow start, as opposed to us, where we were kind of on high octane, in that first quarter.
Dean, your defense had a pretty good day today, and I think probably the signature moment of this game, y'all had Semo after they had a 1st and 10 at your 22. You ended up with a 4th and 46, I believe it was, on that series.
Yeah,
that was a signature moment for your defense, I got to think.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. Our guys are, are great about, having each other's back. And that was a huge possession right there. We had two chances all the way down, within, 5 or 10 yards, I think, where we could have put them away, with a touchdown. We had that opportunity twice. And then, on a third down, we hit them with a big run where we're getting out of bad field position and, possibly start to, chew up that clock and go into a 4-minute offense mentality. And we fumble the ball, so for our defense to go out there and have them do nothing but go backwards, was, really a critical moment in the game.
And one more thing, as far as your defense, we talked about this with the Eastern Illinois game. Y'all had a huge day that afternoon with 3rd down and 4th down conversions. Doggone it, you pitched a shutout today. 0 for 13 for Semo.
Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, you want to be at about 66% there, as an offense, so defensively, if you can keep them under that, you're thinking that's a good day. And it's unbelievable to be, to pitch a shutout and, also to stop 6. I mean, 6 is a really good running back. And, if you take out that long run, the one run, I mean, man, I think we, really did a dominant job, against them. But, if you keep that guy, around 100, that's a pretty good day because he's the real deal.
Is Hess a pro prospect, Dean?
6 for Semo?
Yes.
I don't know. He's a really physical guy. He's really low to the ground, which is a huge advantage and makes him, difficult. I don't know speed-wise, if he's that guy that can, break it. He broke it against us. He got outside of us, contain-wise. But, that's, that level's pretty talented. I don't know. But I think he's definitely worth consideration.
Coach, it's become apparent to me the more I've talked to you post game throughout the season that chemistry matters a lot to you with this team. And you say almost every week, like, these guys have their back, no matter what side of the ball they're on. Can you speak a little bit about how the chemistry has really evolved over the season and mattered, especially in a game like senior game today?
Yeah. I mean, our guys care about each other. It's an emphasis of our program. It means nothing unless you have, good character kids that are bought into what you're doing. But, it's an emphasis of ours to get to know your teammate. Every Monday and Wednesday when they come into the weight room to lift, they got a what we call a break bread partner. They, of course, if it wasn't COVID, we actually would break bread. We'd have them, eat a meal together. And we've got a list of, 7 questions that they, ask their teammate to get to know their teammate. We do it over the phone now, and then we have call outs when we get out to practice. So, they have worked hard to get to know their team. And when you get to know a teammate and you're fighting for them, it makes a whole lot of difference, than if you don't know them, you know what I mean? So they know about them. They know their struggles. They know their background. They know about their families, what they want to major in. And, so fighting for your brothers has a little more meaning. So we do some things intentionally, to create unity. But like I said, if you don't have a good group of kids that aren't bought in, it really doesn't matter. But they are, and they do, care about their teammate, they care about their school, they care about this community, and they're just a good group of guys to be around every day.
Dean, how big did Damonte's eyes get when he realized he was going to be throwing a ball today?
Well, you work on that, in practice, and some of the plays that we work on, the guys are a little extra pumped up, for and get on each other about it, different things. But he made a heck of a throw. It was good, and really nice job selling it, making it look just like the running play, by Jake and everybody else involved. So that was a big play. You got to be able to have some explosion, type plays that can get you some chunk yards.
Dean, his touch on that pass is perfect. I mean, he hit your receiver perfectly in stride. I mean, no problem.
Oh, it was good. And trust me now, Spoon will be, letting anybody that'll listen know about, his arm and what he can do throwing the ball. I'm sure he'll be talking to DJ and Preston, Monday's practice about how good of a thrower he is.
Also got to ask you one more thing, Dean. Semo had some penalty issues with their punt team. they had 2 illegal procedure penalties in a row on one series. Is that because they're concerned about number 2 back there, what he's done to them in the past, you think? Trying to get down there early?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we were stemming around a little bit, on that call that we had. And so I don't know if our guys, move and cause them to move or not. But they were, I thought that their punt team, going into our game earlier this fall, was one of the best punt teams in the conference, and was really concerned about, him as a punter. And he proved me right, in that game down at Semo. And then watching the film, preparing, I thought the same thing. I thought, man, they're really good at their punt team, and he's a really good punter. And they were just off today, for whatever reason. I mean, he was off. He shanked a rugby that went, out of bounds. He mishandled a ball. He just wasn't himself. I don't know what the deal was.
Coach, I'll ask you one more question and then I'll let you go. Next week, last game of the season, you can't stress enough how much you need the win for the winning season record, What's going to be your guys' biggest thing for that last game this season?
Just focus on, first of all, the bigger picture. I think we kind of, in the spring, I thought we were really locked in to what we were trying to do. And that is that, to see the big picture. We talk to our guys all the time about, myopia will kill your dreams, nearsighted goals, nearsighted things. So, our emphasis in the spring, and the guys were all bought in that, hey, we want to win games. There's no question about it, but bigger picture, we want to be winners. We want to win a championship, but bigger picture is we want to be champions. And I think when you get off task and you're just focusing on the winning, I think some of the things that you don't want to show up in your program can show up, some selfishness and some putting undue stress on yourself and some of those things. And I think we got lost a little bit at the beginning of the season, where we weren't focusing on just being winners and being champions. We were focused on, winning, and that caused some issues and some things we had to work through and grow through. So, that'll be, the mantra, come Monday is, hey, for 2 weeks, we've been worried about just, being winners and playing as hard as we can for our brother. And we're going to stay the course. We're not going to get off and get talking about, winning record and all that kind of stuff. We're going to just stay the course.